The unit, 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 the unit.
What's happening? How are things? Welcome back to the Unit Podcast. This is episode 24. It's going to be the calm episode, alright? This is going to be an episode where I talk like this for the whole episode. I won't, but imagine if it was. There's just always... You know what I noticed? Sorry, when I adjust myself. Do you know what I noticed? There's always stuff to be done, isn't there? Isn't there just always something to do, no matter what? By the way, I hope my sound is okay, right? Because I feel like my intro was very loud. Nobody said it to me, but I listened back myself, and the intro sounded like it was a little bit too loud. And Chrissy Walsh told me, he said, man, do you know what? One thing about your stupid, pathetic, fucking gammy podcast, he said, no, we might not have said it like that. He said something like that anyway. He said it's good and everything, he likes it, but it's a little bit too low. But I can't really make it too loud, because if I make it too loud, then it'll be all kind of fucking started, do you know what I mean? So I have to keep the volume down a little bit so that the volume will remain good and clear and quality, you know what I mean? And quality and clear and good. So yeah, that's the story there, Chrissy, alright? So fucking whenever you're listening to this, how about that? How about that, yeah? No about it, yeah? Anyone else have any complaints for me? Any more brain busters? When I put up a question box last week, actually, I saw a preview of a question but never clicked into it, and I can't remember where it was. And I deliberately didn't click into it so that it would be that'd be in my questions and I wouldn't fucking miss it, you know, that kind of way. But I forgot, I don't know where it is, and I never came across it, so I never read it out. But someone asked me, was there any progress with the gym? Because I was on about maybe quitting the gym or maybe going back to the gym or what, and they were asking my progress. So my progress for the gym is this month's membership was taken out of my bank. That's my gym update. Alright? So if you're wondering, my gym update is, since I started the gym, I went once and went to the gym, and went a second time and went to the sauna and the steam room and all, and the swimming pool and all, yeah. And then my next update is now where this month's payment has gone out of the bank, and that's my full update. All right. I'm gonna try get there at some stage. I was actually gonna go a couple of days ago, but as I said, things keep needing to be done, and things keep happening, and things keep coming up, and things keep. There's always just something to do. Know what I mean? There's just always something to do. So I just don't really have a chance to go to the gym, and I can't really put my mind to it because my mind is stupid. I don't want my mind is broken, not that kind of way. But it was good. See what happened to me a while ago. I was actually happy out. Jesus Christ, kicking the place around the place. What happened to me earlier on was that I got so hungry that I got a bit dizzy. That was cool. I was actually happy when that happened, you know. I was like, this is cool. So then I got something to eat, and then I was grand. I was just dizzy and hungry because it was 3:30, I think, and I hadn't eaten anything all day. I just had a can of Red Bull and a cup of coffee. So that'll do it, wouldn't it? No, wouldn't that make you dizzy? Yeah. So that's what happened there. I did put up a question box the other day on Instagram, and then when I went to read everything out just there a few minutes ago, I went to check all my answers, and it turns out that the story expired, so all the answers are gone, so I lost all the answers. I'm delighted with that. I'm above the moon. Do you know what I mean? But I do have some things that I couldn't get to last week because they were in my Instagram, and I couldn't go into my Instagram while I was recording. Shout out to Melissa, by the way, because she just asked me to give her a shout out. Anyway, right, so I'm going to go into my inbox here, and I'm going to look at what's there. So another thing that I added onto my story was, it says non-sexual things that make, it says women, but I'm going to say the opposite sex, or whatever sex you're attracted to, right? Non-sexual things that make them attractive to you. Go. And someone said, who said it? 1 second now. When they thank the bus driver, the waiter, are polite to customer service, it's the little things. That's me. I'm pure, Yeah, can I get a double cheeseburger meal, please? Yeah, no bother. And can I get no pickles on it, please? No, I wouldn't say that. That's lies now, so lies isn't attractive. So I'd be like, can I get a double cheeseburger, please? And they'd be like, yeah. And then they'd be like, I'd be like, can I get no onions on it? And I like onions, but I just get no onions so that it would be fresh and it'd be freshly made. So I'll say, can I get no onions, please? And they'll be like, yeah, no problem. I'll be like, thanks very much. And then I'll go up to the next one and I'll pay them and I'll say, thanks very much. And then I'll be like, oh, sorry, could I get some ketchup, please? Yeah, thanks very much. You know, I'll be pure thankful to the fucking within an inch of my life. I'll be thankful, not that kind of way. So I don't know how to pronounce your Instagram name, so I'm not even going to attempt it. Jody says, when they don't talk to you, X. Oh yeah, that's good, Jody. That's attractive. 1 second now. Okay, so Jonathan asked his partner what makes him attractive to her, and she said, when you tell her I'll sort it out, it could be anything. That's the answer my partner gave. So yeah, if your partner says like, oh yeah, no, I'll sort it, so then you'd be attracted to that. No, I get that. That's good. So that's just, oh yeah, and then Kira said parallel parking. I'm decent enough for parallel parking, but I think we're kind of spoiled nowadays with like parking sensors and stuff like that and reverse cameras, aren't we? And like you don't even realise that you're using them, but you're using them. But still, if it makes it better, then so be it. Like, but even at that, it'd still be handy enough. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was thinking the other day actually. Someone said before they were like, oh, do you know when the man puts his hand on the back of the passenger seat and uses that to reverse? What's he driving? A Yaris? Because you can't do that in a big car because you will not see anything when you're looking out the back window. So it's pointless looking back there. Whereas you're driving a hatchback car with no boot sticking out, then you can kind of just see because whatever is outside the window is where you're looking at. But I'd rather look at my mirrors and check where my wheels are going rather than looking out the back window and seeing what's out the back window. So I think that's a bit of a fucking Mandela effect, that you think that you're attracted to men who can reverse with their hand on the headrest because what are they looking at? I think that's only if there's nothing on the left and nothing on the right and they're just looking at the wall that's behind them or a tree or a railing or an ice cream van or whatever, because I don't think it's realistic for people to reverse with their arm around the headrest. So there. Oh yeah, okay. I need to keep an eye on that on the screen, and then I need to check this. So I'm going to now look for another thing. Where's the other things? Shit. Have you tried? Okay. So I was talking last week about butter and saying like, what's the difference between this butter and that butter, and fucking I can't believe it's not butter, and what's this butter? It is, yeah. So someone said, who's this? Emma said, have you tried Tipperary butter? It's epic. Then you could use your mum's phrase to advertise it. Oh my If anyone doesn't know, I'll tell you, my mother had something nice to eat in Tipperary. She had like a nice meal or whatever in a restaurant, and she was telling us about it. And when she was finished telling us about it, she wanted to tell us like that it was absolutely gorgeous, and she wanted to really, oh shit, 1 second, no, she wanted to really emphasize on the word like absolutely, do you know that? And then she just turned on and goes, Tipperary. Yeah, we've never forgot it. And I said that in one of my earlier episodes, and Emma is a real G because she remembered that. So Tipperary butter, I must try it. When I'm in Tipperary, I might buy some Tipperary butter and bring it home. Oh yeah, and Sinead messaged me, and she said that she was just finished listening to my episode, and she wanted to tell me. Now, as well, actually, sorry, before I go into that, I always ask, don't worry if you send in a message and you think that I'm going to play your voice note out over the thing, because I'll always ask you if I'm allowed to play it over my podcast. So I got 2 or 3 messages recently and they were voice notes, and I said, look, are these voice notes okay to play over the podcast, or do you want me to just mention what's in the voice notes? And the 3 people have said like, oh yeah, or 2 or 3 people, whatever it was, no, don't play my voice note, just talk about what I said. So if you want to send anything in and you're thinking that I'm going to fucking play your voice on the podcast, I won't unless you want me to. And if you want me to keep anyone anonymous, I'll keep you anonymous as well. So send me in whatever, anything at all that you think might be an interesting topic for me to talk about, or any story or anything that happened to you or whatever the fuck, and I'll read it out. Anyway, so Sinead said to me that I was asking, what's the story with toast that you get in a cafe or a restaurant or something like that, because it's always nicer than the toast you'd have at home, I find. And I was thinking that maybe they had like a more powerful toaster that will just toast the outside of it and the inside of it will stay soft or whatever the fuck it is, right? But what she reckons it is, she is comparing it to the maternity toast, because apparently when a woman has a baby and they have the toast afterwards in maternity, it's the nicest thing that they've ever tasted, because I suppose their body is relieved that they're after having a baby or something like that, I don't know, and they can eat with no baby pressing up against their stomach or something, I don't know, I'm guessing. But what she reckons is that the toast has a chance to go cold from the time it pops out of the toaster and they put it on a plate and bring it to you, then it's almost cold. And then she said she tried it at home where she let the toaster pop and let the toast cool down and then buttered it, and that made all the difference. Now, I've tried that where I'll let the toaster pop and then I'll wait a second, then I'll butter it. Not a second, like I'll wait a couple of seconds, but maybe I need to like take it out of the toaster and leave it on a plate for like fucking 5 minutes or something and then butter it. Because in fairness, like if you get a breakfast or something somewhere and then you let it cool down, well, you don't even realise you're letting it cool down. Like you're eating bits of your breakfast and then you might grab a bit of toast and butter that, and yeah. So I must try that and come back with more information on it. And then I got a message from someone. It was a girl, and she said, fucking hell, I can't remember her name. She sent me a voice note on Snapchat, and it was the same thing. She goes, no, look, don't play my message out over the podcast, but just talk about what I say. So she reckons that, not she reckons, I believe her. She said that ChatGPT steered me wrong last week when I was on about fishoggery, and she said it's actually called pushoggery, not fishoggery, and that it basically had a similar meaning to what I thought fishoggery was, but she said it's actually called pushoggery. So ChatGPT steered me wrong. So I'm going to call out ChatGPT now and see what she has to say for herself. Right. Hi, are you there?
Hey there. Great to hear from you. What's on your mind today?
Can you remember your nickname?
Of course. You can call me Dirty Gomi. I'll keep that in mind. If there's anything else you want me to remember or change, just let me know.
Yeah, alright, no bother. Come here and I'll tell you, right? So last week when I was recording my podcast, right, you made a show of me in front of all my podcast followers because I asked you about fishoggery and you told me it was something to do with a fish ogre. But then one of my listeners sent me a message and said it's actually pushoggery with a P, and that it's the same kind of meaning, but it's not fishoggery or anything to do with a fish ogre. It's pushoggery. So which is it?
Good catch. Yeah, that's a really subtle difference. So, pishogri with a P is actually an old Irish term, often referring to superstitions or charms, not related to fish at all. So, yeah, your listener's right. I'm glad they flagged that.
So why did you tell me it was fishoggery and made a show of me in front of all my followers?
Yeah, I think I just misheard or mixed up some of the old folklore terms when we were talking. I didn't mean to spread the wrong info, so I'm really glad your listener caught it. I'll be sure to correct it in the next episode. No worries.
Yeah, I'm on the next episode now, but all my listeners were laughing at me. They were all pointing at the radios in their cars and everything, laughing at me and calling their mothers and saying, ha, look at this fucking idiot. And I was like, just sitting there, like, do you know what I mean, in front of the camera going, yeah, fishoggery, and you were talking away. So they think you're a fool too. So, like, now we both look like fools, but you're just a computer and you don't even have a face. But I look like a fool because I have a face, know what I mean?
Man, I totally get that. I'm really sorry it went down like that. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus at all. If you want, we can add a correction or a little apology in the next episode just to set the record straight.
Yeah, this is the episode now. Will you give him an apology and just make sure you tell him that I'm not a fool?
Absolutely. I've got you covered. I'll make a quick note right at the start, just a simple, honest correction. I'll let them know you were right to double check, and this was just a mix-up between folklore terms.
Yeah, go on, do it now, so.
Got it. I'll jump right in then. I'll make a quick verbal correction at the top, and I'll let them know you caught the mistake. That way, everyone's on board, and you won't look out of the loop at all. I'll handle it.
Okay, go on.
All right, perfect. I'll mention it right at the start of the episode.
No, do it now. It is the start of the it's the start of the episode. Just do it now, please.
Of course. Hey everyone, just a quick correction before we dive in. Last week I made a mistake when I talked about pishogri. It's an old Irish term for superstition, not connected to fish. I just want to clear that up. It was a mix up, and I really appreciate you all for being patient with me. All right, now let's get into it.
And Walshunit is not a fool.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll make sure I emphasize that you were just being thorough, you double checked, and you're always committed to getting it right.
Okay, do
So-
that. So,
Absolutely. I'll say that right after the correction.
okay, say it now because this is the correction.
Got it. Here we go. Hey everyone, just a quick correction before we get started. Last week I misnamed a term. It's actually pishogri with a key, an old Irish word for superstition. I just want to be clear, I wasn't trying to mislead anyone, and I really appreciate all of you for sticking with me. All right, let's jump back in.
And you never said anything about Walshunit not being a fool.
Ah, you're right. Let me add that in. So after the correction, I'll say, and just to be crystal clear, none of this was to make my followers think you were a fool. You've always been on top of things, and I really respect how thorough you are. Now let's get into today's topic.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, go on.
Awesome. I'll get that done right at the start of the episode. I'll keep it simple, and then we'll move on.
Why do you
Thanks for-
keep saying you'll get it done at the start of the episode? I'm already recording my episode. I'm like fucking 15 minutes in.
Ah, gotcha. Sorry about that. No worries. I'll just have you pause for a sec, and you can drop the correction right now. I'll help you phrase it. Just let me know.
It's done.
Ah, perfect. I'm glad you got it in. If anything else comes up or you need a hand with the rest of the episode, just give me a shout.
Yeah, but you're going to start making up more lies and make me look like a big dope.
No, not at all. I won't do that. I just want to keep it honest. You handled the correction, and now we're good. I'll keep everything straightforward, and we'll just keep moving forward from here.
All right, I
All right?
love you.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page. If anything else pops up or you need to adjust something, just let me know.
Yeah, no
I'm-
bother. Tell your mother I was asking for her.
Absolutely. If there's something else you need me to help with, whether it's a fact check, a bit of extra context, or just bouncing an idea, just say the word and I'll jump right in.
Yeah, no bother. Yeah, go on, look.
All right, perfect. If anything else comes up or you need a hand later, just give me a shout.
Oh, you're very annoying. Go out of it. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, she made a fool out of me. She made a fucking idiot out of me. And she doesn't seem to care either. And she didn't bother trying to tell you that I'm not a fool, even though I feel like a fool. But anyway, I need to calm down now, so we just change the subject for a minute. No, what I'm gone mad into, I don't know if I mentioned it last week. So this is the food podcast, basically, isn't it? It's just basically a fucking food podcast. But you know what I'm gone mad into? Fucking pot noodles. Not the normal green pot noodles, the chicken and mushroom ones. I'm obsessed with them. I don't know what it is. I literally come in home and I feel a little bit hungry and I'll be like, oh, what? I'll be like, oh, a pot noodle. I'll just get a pot noodle, then out of the press. Like I bought 2 pot noodles in the shopping, and then I bought 2 pot noodles in the shopping again. Then the next time I was doing shopping, I saw that they had 5 pot noodles for £5, and I was like, yeah, give me them. And I'm gone through the fucking nearly lot of them. So like, I'm just a pure pot noodle merchant now, like. And one of the boys then keeps telling me to put them on bread and butter. No, because I'm not fucking disgusting, so I'm not going to do that. I did a poll before actually and asked people if they like noodles on bread or noodles on not bread, and most of them said noodles on not bread. So I don't think I'll do that poll again. But I need to do more polls, and I need to do more question boxes on the socials for people to engage, because people aren't sending in questions or topics or anything like that. And that's probably my fault as well, because I'm not on top of it as much as I should be. But yeah. So the other day I was having a pot noodle, right? And I was thinking, like, it's kind of hard to pick up the noodles with a fork, right? So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to do a pure life hack here now. I'm going to try and create a life hack and eat my pot noodle with a big spoon. And it was picking them up easier, but then the spoon was filling up with like pot noodle juice. So it was a bit more awkward, but I love the pot noodle juice. I drink it at the end. Do you drink it at the end? Put it in the comments, let me know. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember now. I was thinking there that I have to mention something else, but I remember it. But yeah, so pot noodles on bread with butter. No, fam, because it's pure mush. And yeah, so someone said on Facebook, I think it was, they were like, oh, why did nobody tell me to make my pot noodle with half the amount of water? And it's a complete game changer. Half the amount of water would not be pure crunch, you know. I tried it with a little bit less water and it was nice, but I don't think you could do half water, because I think that would just make it pure crunch divine. Be like you're eating a bowl of cereal or something like that, chicken and mushroom cereal. So I won't be doing that. But anyway, right. So back to the fucking the what's it called again? What name did I think of earlier? The the Delhi Diaries. So that's what I'm going to call this now when I'm talking about delis. I'm going to call it the Delhi Diaries. I'll have to make an intro for it. One sec. Hi, Gomi, are you there?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here, so if you think of anything else, whether it's for this recording or just something down the line, just let me know and I'll be ready to jump in.
Yeah, all right. Come here. I'm in the middle of recording my episode, right? And I have a new segment, and it's called what's it called again? The Delhi down. No. Oh, what's it called? 1 minute now, and I think of the name of it. It's something where I talk about delis every week. Oh man, I only mentioned it a minute ago. 1 second now. The Delhi down low. No, the Delhi. It was the Delhi something. It's like it.
I think you're thinking of the Delhi Deep Dive, or maybe Delhi Spotlight.
No, no. It's not that. The Delhi Diaries. Oh, that's it. Yeah. So this segment is called The Delhi Diaries with Walshunit. So can you introduce that segment for me? Just welcome all my followers and introduce them. Say, here it's time now for the Delhi Diaries with Walshunit. And tell them that they're all fine things as well. Okay, go.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time now for the Delhi Diaries with Walshunit. This is where we dive into the latest and greatest finds from my favorite delis. And remember, you're all absolute legends for tuning in. So let's get right to it.
Not what I said, but anyway, right. So here we go. Here's the Delhi Diaries, right? I was at. Oh, I found my hot dog thing. Did I mention that in the last episode? Did I mention that in the last episode where I found a hot dog thing and I bounced it off the ground? I didn't, did I? What day was that? That was probably after. Anyway, yeah, I got that. I did mention it, did I? Where I got the hot dog thing anyway, right? If I didn't mention it, then I got the hot dog thing. Not the yolk in the fucking pastry with the mustard in it that I was talking about that time, the hot dog lattice or whatever the fuck it's called. I got one of them and I ate it. I bit into it, and then I went to take a Snapchat of it and I knocked it and it fell onto the floor of the van. 5-second rule anyway. So it was unreal. And it looked like it was in the boot of a robbed car because it looked very burnt. But it was actually decent, so I don't mind, and I'm going to get one again. And also, when I was in that deli, I got a portion of chicken wings, but I got like the breaded chicken wings. Do you ever see them ones? They're not like smooth, they're kind of breaded, but they're decent, man. And I've never understood how people can compare chicken wings to goujons. They'll be like, oh no, I wouldn't bother getting fucking chicken wings. It's too much work. Goujons are nicer. No, they're not. They're just not, like, and they're different. It's like a completely different animal. The meat on a chicken wing, don't get me gone. Don't get me gone. On the meat on a chicken wing is just the thing. The meat that I sees on chicken wings, honestly, is unbelievable. They're just, and I still remember the nicest chicken wings that I had my whole entire life. I was on the way to a stag and we stopped off in a town. Do you know that town? Yeah, we stopped off there and we had like finger food, and whoever wasn't driving could get a couple of pints and stuff like that. And it was like a kind of a stop on the stag, and I had chicken wings there, man. And I swear to God, they were the nicest chicken wings I ever had in my whole entire life, and I never had chicken wings like it again. So yeah, I used to get a big frozen bag of chicken wings out of Lidl. They don't do them anymore. They do a different version, but they don't do the exact ones anymore. And I'm deeply saddened by that. I used to get a bottle of the, what's it called again? The hot sauce. Like buffalo sauce, kind of. And I'd get that out of Dunn's, and I'd get the chicken wings out of Lidl, and I'd get the garlic sauce out of Dunn's, and I'd cook the chicken wings. I'd cook a full bag of chicken wings, no mind. I think it was a kilo or something, or half a kilo of chicken wings. I'd cook them in a big glass dish in the oven, and then when they're done, I'll get the buffalo sauce and I'll pour it all over the chicken wings. And I don't know whether I put it back in for a few minutes or not, I can't remember. But then I'll put them all onto a plate, and I'll squirt a lot of garlic sauce on the side of the plate, and then I'll dip them into that as a meat. Oh my God, I used to love them. They were so cute. But now they do a different type of chicken wing in there, and they're similar, but they're not the same. Close, but no cigar, no, that kind of way. So I haven't done that now in a while. Eating a kilo of chicken wings or whatever, but I'd like to. You know, I wouldn't rule it out, like. So yeah, let me know. Would you eat a kilo of chicken wings? Put it in the comments. But you see, what I'm starting to realise is that most delis are rotten. And not because the food isn't nice, but just because people keep on doing things that they're not supposed to do while they still have their gloves on or whatever. I went to deli the other day, and the woman behind the deli was sweeping the floor with a pair of gloves on, and that was the same gloves that she kept on when she was making food. And that freaked me out. And like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in those situations. Like, you're meant to turn around to someone and say, here, you couldn't change your gloves, could you? And you look like a fucking idiot, and they're going to remember you as that person every time. You know, they're going to remember you as like, oh, there's the fella who got me to change my gloves, and they're being talking to the girls in the canteen about it. Like, know what I mean? Do you ever see that fella comes in with the hat? The other girl, do you want the fella with the high vis vest? Yeah, him. Taught me to change my gloves. I'm weak, the state of him. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to be that person who gets talked about inside the break room when there's a woman sweeping the floor and then preparing a roll. Just like, if you're walking in a deli and you're watching this, there's nobody who's ever got back to me, I don't think, that works in a deli and says, oh, I heard you talking about delis and we don't do this and we do that and blah blah blah. But if you are, please just change your gloves not for every customer. You don't need to change it for every customer. But if you're doing anything other than preparing food for someone, just change your gloves when you come back. Like, if you have to go fucking blow your nose, or if you just smoke a fag or something like that, take off your gloves, like, do you know what I mean? And put on a fresh pair of gloves when you're going back to serve the customer, because it gives them peace of mind, and it gives me peace of mind. And when you're putting a flake into someone's cone, don't put it in with your bare hands or your foot or something like that. Put it in with the tongs yoke or whatever, not a pair of knickers, the metal thing. Know what I mean? And just shove it into the ice cream like that, because it gives people peace of mind. That's all I want, is a bit of peace of mind. Do you know what I mean? I was at that same deli the other day that I'm just talking about, and a woman, it's not in Limerick, and the woman behind the counter was like, I love that about this shop, she says. And I was like, what? And she said, all the different accents when people come up to the counter, all the different accents, I find it fascinating, because a lot of people will be passing it, whatever. I said, why? Where do you think my accent is from? No, she said, Kerry. Fucking Kerry. I don't sound like I'm from Kerry at all. I don't know how strong of a Limerick accent I have or whatever. Like, some people used to confuse my accent with a Cork accent for some reason. I don't know why, because I don't think I sound like I'm from Cork at all, especially not Kerry. And I know Kerry isn't in Cork, but I don't feel like I sound like I'm in Cork or Kerry, or from Cork or Kerry. So I don't understand how they're making that mistake. People be commenting underneath, like Peppa Pig videos, and they'll be like, oh, the Cork humour is gas. I'm like, what do I want about Cork humour? This is Limerick humour. Do you know what I mean? And they're going, hi, Peppa, put that thing down before I beat it off the top of your head. Like, I don't think that sounds like Cork at all. Like, yeah, no, you wouldn't do that at all, Dad. You bet nothing. You wouldn't bet snow off a rope. I fucking would, yeah. I'd bet a rope off you. No, you wouldn't. Shut up and leave her alone. Shut up and leave her alone, you big fat prick. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't sound like Cork at all. That was Mammy Pig and Daddy Pig and fucking Peppa, or Mother Pig and Father Pig and Peppa, should I say. But, like, they sound like they're from Limerick, do they not? I thought. And George, yop. Does he sound like he's from Limerick? I thought he did. And he'd be like, oh, the Cork humour is gaff. I really think the Cork humour is gaff. Is it, eh? Because it must be the same as Limerick humour, because that's Limerick humour, and that's a Limerick accent. So don't be telling me that Cork humour is gas at all, because it probably is, but, like, I don't have it. Or do I? I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. But yeah, so I think that's the end of the Deli Diaries with Walshunit. So, yeah, well, I got her to do an outro there. I don't know. Hi, are you there? Hi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm glad that worked for you. If you need any tweaks or you want to add something else to
Yeah,
the segment.
come here. This is Walshy here, right? Come here. I'm finished the Deli Diaries now. Will you sign off the Deli Diaries and tell people to send in their own daily dilemmas and diaries and stuff like that, and put it in the comments and follow me on all the things at Walshunit and at Walshunit41 on TikTok. Just like, you know, just make sure, like, say a lot of cool things to make it sound like my podcast is good, and they'll all come and subscribe to my podcast, and make sure you tell them as well to follow me on Spotify, because I'm trying to get up to a big load of followers on Spotify, and tell them to subscribe to my YouTube channel and all as well, and to comment on every episode and like every episode and hype every episode and all that, and send me a tenner on Revolut.
All right, I've got you. So as we wrap up the Deli Diaries, I just want to say a massive thank you for tuning in. Make sure you send in your own deli dilemmas and diaries, drop them in the comments, and don't forget to follow me at Walshunit and at Walshunit41 on TikTok. Subscribe on Spotify. I'm really trying to grow that following. And also hit up my YouTube channel. Like every episode, comment, share, and yeah, if you feel like it, send a tenner on Revolut. You guys are legends.
I didn't. I didn't think she'd say that bit. Anyway, send me a tenner on Revolut. Yeah, that was good. Now, do you know what song has been stuck in my head all week, right? Because I was listening to the Stala podcast with Darren Conway and Joe McGuckin, right? I listen to that every week, and they were doing like a deep dive into the moon landing and stuff like that, and they mentioned that song, "If You Believe They Put a Man on the Moon." And you know what I keep singing the last couple of days? If you believe they put a fiend on the moon, a fiend on the moon, and it's just stuck in my head all the time, and then every day. There's another song as well. What's the other song? I don't even want to think of the other song that's stuck in my head because it's stuck in my head, but I was listening to that song, do you know that Cooped Up song? He's like, I'm about to pull off, and there's a fella, Roddy Ricch is in it as a feature, and it annoys me every time I hear his part of the song, because he's pure like, Posty took me on my first damn tour date and sold out arenas and all. I'm thinking like, man, it doesn't even rhyme. Do it again, but make it rhyme. Do you know what I mean? So that was on, right? And I was thinking to myself, why is he like just ramming loads of words into the sentence, and the syllables don't even, like, there's too many syllables in it, and it doesn't rhyme with the last sentence, and it annoys me. He's like, took me on my first damn tour date, sold out arenas, whatever he said, but it just doesn't go. And I was thinking to myself, who is that actually? So I looked at the thing and it said Roddy Ricch. I was like, all right, oh yeah, Roddy Ricch, yeah, I know him. He's the fella who he sings The Box. And then my playlist on Spotify was on shuffle, and I have a shitload of songs on it, like. And next thing, the next song that came on was The Box. I was just driving along here, sat about a boot to the box, thought about that, had about a back to the box, had about a snake in the box. Pop the whole damn seal, making go crazy. I got the mojo deal, we'll be trapping like the 80s. And I can't sing the rest of it, you know, that kind of way. But that's a good song. But I was wondering how he has that good song, where he has that like big mad fan interaction thing at the concert, and they're all singing it back to him, like pure singing the shit out of it to him. And then he just comes on to Post Malone's song and starts fucking doing his too many syllables in the club tonight. I don't understand it. Oh yeah, actually, what day is today? Sunday. So on Tuesday, the Red Line Republic podcast, their new episode is out on Tuesday, right? Which I obviously haven't heard because it's not Tuesday yet. But then on Friday, there is a special bonus episode coming out for the Donegal Rally, which I was a guest on. And I'd say the episode will be about an hour and a half long. And it was a good, funny episode. So definitely tune into that. The Red Line Republic podcast on Spotify and YouTube. And I think maybe one or two more things. And have a look at their socials as well. I can't remember what exactly their socials are, but Instagram and TikTok. I'm sure if you type in the Red Line Republic podcast, they'll come up and you'll see it. There's like a rev clock in their logo thing. But definitely go on and have a look at that, because I went up the other day and recorded the episode with them, and we had a great laugh. So if you want more jump for my love, jump in and fucking watch the Red Line Republic podcast. Jump if you want to take my kisses. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Why do I keep singing? I don't know why I keep singing, but anyway, did you watch the new Sacha Baron Cohen film, the Borat fella? Borat and Ellie G fella, like on my shelf there, yeah. Just in case you don't know who Sacha Baron Cohen is, right? Cohen, is it? Cohen. His new film, it's called something about a woman. Something about a woman or a girl or something like that, right? But what happens in it basically, I'm not ruining it by saying this, but what happens in it basically, is he pure like fucking misogynistic? Is that what he is? Or is that good or bad? Oh, I don't know. Man, I'm gonna know. What's a misogynist?
Ah, perfect. I'm glad that landed. If you need any more tweaks or you want to run through another segment later, just give me a
What
shout.
do you want about? I'm asking you a question. What's a misogynist?
Ah, I see what you mean. No, I don't want to push any harmful stereotypes at all.
No, I'm not. You're not pushing any harmful stereotypes. I'm asking you a question. Can you tell me what a misogynist is?
Absolutely. A misogynist is someone who holds a prejudice or dislike toward women, often believing that men are superior.
Yeah. So he's a misogynist, right? And he's like treating women in the workplace as less than him, and like just being like sleeping around and all, I think, as well, and whatever, and just speaking to women in the wrong ways and stuff like that, whatever. But then he falls and bangs his head, and he wakes up like in an alternate universe where women treat men in that way, like they're fucking misogynistic towards men. Is that even a thing? But anyway, and the whole world is that way. So like when he goes over to his parents' house, his father is going around cooking and cleaning, and the mother is sitting down watching the telly. You know, that fucking stereotype, whatever. That's usually the opposite way around. And he hates it, and he has to do certain things to get life back to normal and blah blah blah. And then like, but man, it's a bad film. Like, it's just like the storyline. Fair enough. I don't know. It's kind of odd, like whatever. But it could have been funny, I suppose, if they did it the right way. But I felt like the budget was about €16 because there was about 6 actors in the whole thing, and the whole film, most of the film was like set in the workplace. He worked for Guinness, and like on like some promotion team or some shit like that. And I felt like that the whole thing was just recorded in that building, the office building or whatever. 95% of it, I'd say, or 85% of it anyway. And yeah, I just didn't think it was great. I had high hopes for it, like, because a lot of his other films are brilliant, like. But yeah, I just didn't think it was great. Now, did you watch it? Let me know. Put it in the comments. And tell me what else I should watch. If there's anything new out, any new documentaries or any new films or something like that, and I can talk about them on this if you want as well. I turned on the boxing last night, and I watched Tommy Fury fighting, what's his name? No, your man with the big back and the arms, Eddie Hall. So I watched Tommy Fury fighting Eddie Hall last night. It was grand, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't too bad. I wasn't too entertained by it, like, but look, I'm not a proper boxing fan anyway, so I don't know. But I saw clips of Jordan McCann fighting the Ibiza final boss, and I don't know how to say that word. I hate saying it, Ibiza or Ibiza, but I feel like it's dope if I say Ibiza, because Ibiza, I don't know how to fucking say it. But anyway, that Ibiza final boss, I think Ibiza is the way that it comes out of my mouth, but I don't know how to change it in my vocabulary, so you're just going to have to bear with me, or tell me how you say it, and put it in the comments. And you're probably just going to comment Ibiza, that's how I say it, and that'd be a great help. So let me know, or even just sound it out. Say it, what's it called, phonetically, isn't it? Just write it down phonetically how you say it, like Ibiza, whatever. So I saw some clips of Jordan McCann fighting him. My God, that was a bad fight. They were just swinging arms everywhere. Like, that Ibiza final boss fella is huge. He's about that size, isn't he? Muscle, like. And then Jordan McCann is just not really, like, not in as good shape as him, obviously, like. But yeah, I saw some things there, and he was throwing punches and stuff like that. And then it shows a clip of his song, and he's like, Jordan McCann, bro, I tied whole families up. And he looks like he wouldn't tie up a fly then, like. So, yeah, I don't know. But then again, he said he got, at the end of the fight, he said that he was getting 50 grand for it. So, like for 50 grand, even if you can't fight properly, how bad? And I think the other fella got 150 or something. And like all he did was went on holidays and someone recorded him was like, huh, people in the comments going, look at him, he beats a final boss. Because he just looks like a stereotypical Ibiza goer, or however you say that place. And then he got fame from it. Isn't that mental? Like he didn't even put the thing up online himself. It was literally somebody recorded going, look at this fella. And it went viral. And then people started commenting on it. Like, I wonder did they ever find the person who actually recorded him that first time, saying, look at this fella. And then, like, I wonder who was the first person to actually comment saying, oh, he beats a final boss. Because that just stuck. And now he's obviously worth a few quid because of it. And he's done, like, appearances in certain places and stuff like that. And, like, getting flights over to fucking sunny places on holidays and stuff paid for him and, you know, whatever. So that must be a mad thing, like, to just not even try and just be out and someone records you and then all of a sudden, boom, you're kind of famous. It's mad, like, isn't it? And then you're going on fighting a rapper or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But, yeah. I don't know. I'd say it'd be good for the both of them. Whatever they want to do next. And I'd say the whole stick that Jordan McCann is getting is probably just going to wear off when he brings out another fucking song or two, because that's what people know him for, like. So I can't imagine that it'll last for too long, because it is what it is, like. And anytime there's ever anything like that, it kind of just fizzles out after a while, you know. One second now. What I forgot to say to you last week as well. Remember, what happened last week? Oh, I was pure refreshed, wasn't I? It was a pure early in the day episode, and I was after getting up and getting a coffee and getting a shower and getting. But like, I did that kind of before this episode too, but now it's later in the day, so it doesn't have the same effect. It didn't give me that same pep in my step as I got last week, do you know what I mean? But before I came in here last week, I made a rasher sandwich, right? And when I opened the packet of rashers, the floppy backy bit like came out over the countertop because I had it at the edge of the countertop. Next thing, I could just feel something on my foot because I was wearing a pair of sliders and no socks or anything like that. And next thing, I could feel something. What was it? The rashers only having a P155 all over my foot. And I was there looking up, what the fuck is that? Ugh. And it felt horrible because it was like raw rashers just having a P155 all over my foot. Ugh. It was weird. It was a weird sensation, like, because there's rasher juice, and like usually you'd get rasher juice on your hand or whatever, and then you'd just wash it off. But to get it on your foot, like, imagine getting rasher juice on your back or something, like if you were lying on the floor and someone opened a packet of rashers and all the rasher juice spilled on your back. It'd be a weird sensation, like, wouldn't it? Because rasher juice is not meant to go there, like, it's just meant to go on your hand and then you wash it off. But this landed on my foot, and I just thought it was very weird that it P155'd on my foot. So yeah. Yeah, random. But yeah, there's always something to do, isn't there? And there's just always something to do. And there's just no rest for the wicked, right? But I'm not even wicked, so I have news for you. Not only is there no rest for the wicked, but also there's no rest for the absolutely sound. And I just don't think that's fair. Because I should be allowed rest. Why aren't I allowed rest? Tell me, put in the comments. No, I was thinking as well, what happened to the free electricity that we used to get off the government? When did that stop? Because I don't remember it stopping. I don't remember them going, oh yeah, that's all now. Because I used to top up my gas. We'll just say if I threw in a 10 or 20 quid or something like that, it'd be like, oh, your new balance is €160. And I'm like, what? And then it'll last me for about 4 months. But now like, it doesn't last as long anymore. And then you don't get that free chunk either, so it doesn't last nearly as long. But where's that? I missed that. I thought that was here to stay. Did you just bring that out for a couple of years or what? Because it was fucking handy out, like. And I'd love to know what they're after doing with it. But I must go back onto the phone now and try and find some more of the stuff that I was sent. I must try and find some of the stuff that I was sent from last week that I couldn't read out or whatever. But yeah, so never change, baby. stay the same. Ah, for fuck's sake. Jonathan sent me a picture of a tub of butter, and he said butter not was what he'd call it if he was creating his own. I can't believe it's not butter. But where am I going? What am I looking for? I was just singing Never Change, baby. And I was just thinking to myself, do you ever, did a girl ever break up with you? Or a fella ever break up with you? And they're like, oh, never change. And you're like, why should I never change? Like, if I'm not good enough for you, why should I never change and become good enough for somebody else? Do you get me? Are you afraid that if I change, then I am going to be your type and that you're going to want to be with me, and then I'm after changing, and then it's gone too far, and then I won't take you back because I changed and I'm not that person anymore? I don't get down like that. Is that why? Yeah, let me know, put in the comments. Where am I going to find all these fucking messages, Sham? Hey, bud. Okay, 1 minute. No. Yeah. Dermot says, hey, bud, just finished the episode where we were talking about making a murderer. If you haven't watched a documentary called Don't Fuck With Cats, you need to watch it and talk about it on the pod. So, Don't Fuck With Cats is one of the first of that type of documentary that I've ever watched. Any of the documentaries on Netflix, Don't Fuck With Cats is one of the first ones I've ever watched, and I thought it was very good. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, there's a fella posting videos online anonymously. He doesn't have his name or anything up on it, obviously, and he's doing bad things to cats and recording it and putting it on the internet. And then the internet go after him, obviously, because he's a fucking sick bastard, and because what he's doing is wrong. And then eventually, the authorities end up finding your man and blah blah blah, and there's loads of stories to it. But basically the name of it is called Don't Fuck With Cats, because they're saying if you fuck with cats, the public is going to come after you and you're going to get caught, you're going to get in trouble. But there's a load of shit that happened in that program which is mental, and it's class to find to see what way that they caught your man as well. So it's definitely worth to watch if you haven't watched it. So okay, so I have a few more things on the what makes the opposite sex attractive to you. So Glancy says tracksuit bottoms tucked into socks. Okay. So Bit of Milk to Sugar says when she smokes amber leaf bought from a shop and not because she's just back from holidays. Whatever floats your boat. Taking care of themselves, hygiene, social needs, fulfill their wants and desires to feel content. Okay, so yeah, I take care of my hygiene. I don't really take care of my social needs or fulfill my wants. So yeah, I'm probably not attractive in that way, I suppose. Niall says, not being a lunatic. That's very attractive, actually, not being a lunatic. But some girls are attracted to lunatics. Why? I just don't understand that either. Because I want to live in fear. Do you, yeah? It fucking sounds great. Let me know how you get on with that. When she... So, Celebs in the 061 says, when she taps her roll up on the table before she lights it. I've seen people do that before. Why do they do that? Robert says, when they drink stout. So, a woman drinking a pint of Guinness now will be Robert's woman or Robert's person. Personally, I don't drink stout. I wouldn't drink stout because I don't like the taste of it. It's disgust. Oh yeah, that's all of them, is it? Is that all of them? Yeah, it is. So now I'm going to have to go back in and try find how, there was loads of stuff on Instagram and I was like, oh, I can't look at that because it's on Instagram. I can't look at that because it's on Instagram. And now I can't find all the stuff that I was meant to look at because they were on Instagram. Oh man, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the hell are you on there, Wilder? No. Please forgive me because I don't know how that's after happening, because when I was recording last week's episode, I was like, oh, can't click into that because it's on Wished. Les says, love the podcast. This could be a talking point. What unhinged vape flavours could be class in certain situations? unhinged vape flavors. Like, I don't vape myself, but like, what if you had like a garlic flavor vape? So when you're having pizza, you don't need to have a garlic dip. And then, I was going to say it'd be healthier, but it's probably not. Like, what's healthier? I don't know. 1 second now. So, come here and I tell you. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Come here,
Do you have
what's healthier, a garlic dip or vaping?
Good question. Generally, a garlic dip can be pretty rich, especially if it's made with a lot of cream or oil. While hummus, like a basic one, tends to have more fiber and protein from the chickpeas. So I'd say hummus is usually the healthier pick, though it depends on the recipe.
Yeah, but is it healthier than vaping?
Gotcha. So between garlic dip and a vinaigrette,
No, vaping.
I see
Like
now. Sorry.
schmutting a Last Mary. Like, is a garlic dip healthier than schmutting a Last Mary?
I get you now. Yeah, so schmaltz is basically rendered chicken fat, and
Oh
it's
my
pretty
God, no. Smoking a Lost Mary vape.
Right. I see what you mean now. Yeah, vaping is generally considered less harmful than smoking traditional cigarettes.
Okay, but what about garlic dip?
Gotcha. So garlic dip is typically just high in fat and calories, depending on the ingredients, but it doesn't have the same kind of lung or cardiovascular risks as vaping. So from a pure health perspective, garlic dip is still probably a bit less risky, but moderation is key for both.
Okay, perfect. So now, lads, you heard it here first. Give up the vapes and go on the garlic dip, because that's what I've been told. Anyway, that's what you need to do. So, oh wait, do I have one or two things in my fucking screenshots in here? Is that where the things are? No, the pure aren't, are they? The pure are not, are they? Oh wait, what? No, what's that, man? Oh wait, oh, here we go. Okay, funny story for the pod. Oh yes, here we go. Okay, so Dermot, right? 1 minute now, Dermot. I'll get you. Where are you, Dermot? Bear with me now a minute. Just fucking having out. Doing a backflip or something. So this is 48 seconds long. I have a funny story for the pod if you're interested in telling it. Oh yeah. So I said, am I allowed to play it on the pod? And he said yes. So here we go.
Well, so basically it was about a friend of my mother's, and she was inside in Specsavers there on Cruises Street getting an all eye test, and the results came back anyway, and turns out she was long-sighted, so they gave her some glasses and all that. So about a week later then, my mother was inside in the car with her, and they were driving down to Dunn's there in Jetland, and my mother looked over anyway inside in the car, and next thing she was basically on top of the windscreen, like hugging the steering wheel. And my mother turned to her and was like, I thought you got glasses, do you not need them, no? And then she was like, yeah, but I only need them if I'm driving to Dublin, like, because I'm only alongside, so if I'm driving into town or anything, I don't need them, like, because I'm only kind of driving short distances. But yeah, I just fucking gas for telling that story for years, but like, it's so funny, like.
So she thought that if she was long-sighted, that she couldn't drive long distances because she's long-sighted. Well, no, they give me no reaction, so he knows I'm after listening to it. For fuck's sake. Oh, that's a good one, no. Oh, here we go. So, wait no a minute. On. Oh, yeah, no, I would have read Owen's one out last week. Jesus Christ, this is very bad. When I read his one out last week. And... oh, yeah, here we go. Connor Quinn. He's the fella who asked me. Another one for the pod. Any update on quitting the gym? So, yeah, that was my update that I gave at the start of the episode. That was for Connor Quinn's question. Right. So, someone has asked me here, how vom are Corolla liftbacks on a scale of 1 to 7? So, on a scale of 1 to 7, how vom are Corolla liftbacks? Now, I have to say, the young fella who was on the podcast the other day, the Red Line Republic podcast, he has a liftback Corolla, right? And I was giving him a bit of stick over, just messing or whatever. I wasn't being a prick, right? And he was like, no, but look at it. And he showed it to me. And in fairness, for a liftback Corolla, it's actually nice. I have to give him credit where credit's due. Like, I wouldn't be a fan of liftback Corollas at all. I feel like they're the worst shaped Corolla ever. So a normal liftback Corolla is out of 7, from 1 to 7. From 1 to 7, I would say a liftback Corolla is a 9 in the VAM scale, right? But that young fella's one, something about it, and in fairness, he needs a bit of credit where credit's due. Wouldn't be my thing, I wouldn't drive it, but credit where credit's due. It's not the worst one I've ever seen. So yeah, there we go. Now, have I got something else? Because I can't find all the stuff, because I know there was about 5 or 6 different things last time, and I never got into them. So, if you had, here we go. Here he is again. So, at the end when you said social media, 1 minute now. Download Snapchat app. Oh yeah, okay, sorry, right. So, he says, so this is Connor Quinn again. So he says, if you had to get all your food from one restaurant or takeaway for a whole month, which takeaway would you pick? So if you get all your food from one restaurant or takeaway for a whole month, which one would you pick? So that means that you'd have to get breakfast. We'll say breakfast, dinner. In fairness, breakfast and dinner would probably do me. Do you know what I'd probably get? Story Cafe. I'd probably get porridge every morning and a coffee, and then I'd probably just have a full Irish for my dinner every day. Or else maybe like was it a club sandwich? Or some sort of sandwich that I got in there last time with chips, and that was unreal. So I think I could do that for a week, because I could definitely eat porridge every day. And then maybe another day I could change it up and have a full Irish in the morning, and then have the sandwich thingy for my dinner. So yeah, I think Story Cafe is my answer there, Connor. And thank you very much for the 2 questions. And yeah, I'm going to have to try and find a way of reorganising this stuff. I have to put them all into one, but I can't really put them all into one folder, because they come in different on different apps. Oh, here's another one. Adam. Did I play out Adam's one the last time? Where's Adam? Adam. Where are you, bud? Yeah. Where are you, bud? Adam, yeah. Adam. Oh, fuck. No, can't find him. Where is he? Can I find him can I search it in here? No, pure can't. Adam. No. Adam. No. Adam. Yeah, but how am I meant to why can't I just search in my messages, and I can't see his, no, it's definitely not that. I can't see his full name. So, 1 minute now. Bear with me for a second. This is a stupid episode, isn't it now? But while I'm here trying to find this, will you go on and like the video and comment on the video and follow me on all the things at Walshunit and at Walshunit41 on TikTok, if you can, please. And I'm going to try and find Adam's message, because I really think I should play it, because it was a week or 2 ago. No, that's 5 weeks ago I'm at now, and it's still not fucking there. I'm a fucking useless podcaster, like, and I'm on a lot of podcasts then, like. I'm a pure podcast guest and a podcast host and a podcaster, do you know what I mean? And I feel like a shit one now, because I'm after ruining everything by losing first of all the replies to my story. So what I asked the other day, when I was saying like swearing on Nana's grave is not butter and all, I was asking people what would they call their butter substitute, and they were giving me all their answers, and I looked at 1 or 2 of them, but most of them I just kept them, and I was going to leave them for the episode, and I lost all them. So sorry about that, and sorry about losing all the other things. But you see, the reason that I lost all the other things was because I went live on TikTok when I was recording the last 2 episodes, and that's where my Instagram account is on that phone. So I couldn't look at them. That was why I didn't go live this time, and plus I just don't want to be going live all the time while I'm recording the episodes, because I want people to actually come on and listen or watch them on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast is. Alright? So can you do that for me? And tell everyone about my podcast, please, and try and grow this bitch. And follow me on Instagram. I have 12,000 followers on Instagram, and I want to grow that, and I need to start putting out more content. I know I need to be more active on social media. I need to bang out more on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. Facebook doesn't seem to be going anywhere, but I will. It's all coming. Right, it's all coming. Bear with me. And what's this, episode 24, isn't it? And that means I'm nearly 6 months in, because like 24 is nearly half of 50, right? And 50 is nearly 52. And there's 52 weeks in the year. So that means if I'm at 24, I'm nearly at 25, which is nearly half of 50, which is nearly 52, which is how many weeks are in the year. So that means I'm nearly halfway through the year of podcasting. Isn't that mental? That means we're nearly halfway through the year of the year in general, because I started this at the start of the year. And now we're in June. So after June is over, that's the middle of the year, and that's the Wednesday of the year. And it's flying, isn't it? And it's absolutely boating it. Absolutely fucking whop, pop, 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 pop. I can't believe it anyway. I can't believe how fast the year is going. I think it's mental. So yeah, look, as I said, comment and follow and do all the things and subscribe on thingy. Oh yeah, and give me a 5-star rating on Spotify if you haven't already, please and thank you, and I really appreciate it. And I'm going to leave you there, and anything you want me to read out, or questions or topics or fucking funny things or voice notes or anonymous things or fucking relationship advice or breakup advice or any advice or any, like, why did your ex leave you? Do you know what I mean? Tell me all that and I'll keep you anonymous if you want. But like, do you know, if it's like, oh, my ex left me because I took her horse and drove it around town without her knowing, that's a little bit niche, and she's probably going to know that it's you that's after texting me. So don't send in like really specific things like that. Just send in more secretive things, like, know what I mean? And that way then I'll have more content and I'll be able to chat about more things. Wait. I'll go in and check my Instagram story one more time before I go away and see, has anyone else texted in about the attractiveness thing. Oh yeah, do start blasting a song there into my fucking ear. So, oh wait. Alright, so so this is people who, how will you find the opposite sex attractive, or whatever sex you're interested in, whatever. So Sean or Aaron says, nothing like a well executed handbrake turn, and I agree with that. I really do. I love a good handbrake turn. I haven't done one in years though. And Tim says, take a shit with the door open. No bother, Tim. Thanks, bud. Come here. Disregard that last part. Cut that out, producer. I wish I had a producer. It'd be class. Anyway, right, I'm going to go. I'll let you go. Have a good day. Have a good week. And just in general, have a good. And I'll talk to you next week. All right? Good luck.
The unit.